There are so many things that tick me off about this. You guys have no idea. The first one is that Discord is getting blamed for it. And it's incorrect. It's not Discord that should take the blame. It's the British government. Like every single time a person gets their identity stolen because of the online safety bullshit, it should directly blame the British government. Like there should genuine be animosity for what the Brits have done to the internet. It's probably not just the Brits, because, the Australians are also passing a similar legislation, but, like, I don't care. It's like first come, first serve. And so, as you can see here, like, the BBC is basically saying that Discord has previously strengthened its age verification measures in response to concerns that some servers on the platforms were being used to distribute pornographic and extremist material. First of all, this mentality that it's somehow the restaurant's fault for what people do inside the restaurant is retarded, okay? When I grew up, and I'm pretty sure like everyone of my generation experienced this, we were actually told that the internet is a very dangerous place. And we were also told that you should never give your real name, you should never give your address, you should never like provide actual information to people on the internet, because there's bad people out there. And it's not just predators, that can show pornographic material, but there's also scammers, people that want to take your money. There's also people that want to get you into dangerous groups, like far less extremist groups, and yeah, like the fact that there's tits on the internet, that's like the least of the problems. Like anyone that actually understands the internet and anyone that actually goes on the internet, a 16-year-old seeing a pair of titties is on a like level of 2 or 3 danger compared to the other shit that's out there. And so give me a fucking break. Discord didn't do this because they wanted to. The blame is entirely on the parents for not installing parental controls. Like in 2025, like that's the easiest and most common thing to do. No, the problem is the actual British government. Like they are the sole problem for what happened here. Apparently it may even be more than 70,000 users. And the problem is just going to expand. Discord is just one of the companies that is doing this, and there's others, and you also need to take into account that many of these thefts may not even be reported. And this is why I encourage people, when you go online and you have to show ID, use a video game character, use some AI-generated NPC, like do anything possible besides actually providing your information. There's absolutely no reason to. And the danger of identity theft is actually real. Like, identity theft is actually a serious problem. But there are genuine retards on Twitter that disagree with me. And they say, like, no, who cares if I get my identity stolen? As long as a 16-year-old doesn't watch a titty. And it's like, that's one way of thinking about it. But, like, I'm not going to think like you. I'm going to actually protect my identity. I'm not going to give the government, or not even the government, like a company that I don't even know, a company that I don't even trust, my personal information that someone can then steal in order to access my bank account. It's fucking insane. Like, no. And by the way, apparently, like the digital ID that they're doing in Britain, they're not just like going to give like your name and security number. Like it's going to have like all of the information, including like your IP, your home address, your geolocation, like all of those things. It's fucking mental. And so the way that apparently this hack took place is also astonishing. Like, I don't know if it's right or not, but people are saying on Twitter, and I haven't seen it fact checked, so I guess it may be true, is that the company that used the age verification has a lot of employees from the third world, probably from India. And so the attackers didn't like use a sophisticated program. They literally bribed those people. Like, they literally paid them money. I think, like, they paid them each, like, $500 or something. And for that country, like, that's a lot of money. So this is why they did it. And this is how they managed to get 70,000 users' information. Now, what's also interesting is that Discord promised people that this information is not being stored. It's just used to verify, and then it's deleted. I don't know how they framed it. Like, maybe they framed it that they don't store it, which, if that's the case, is true. But the third-party company does seem to store it. And it would boggle the mind. And going with the next question, like, why? Why is it required to be stored? One of the most dumb comparisons that people make online is that, well, if you go in a place that has porn, you should show ID. It's the same like showing ID to a bar. Imagine if you go to a bar and you're showing ID and they actually take a photo of your ID, and then they also start monitoring like everything you do in the bar. Like when you sit down at the bar table, they have like a microphone that monitors your entire conversation. Like you're going with your friends, you're shit talking, you're drunk, maybe you talk about your mistress or some shit, and everything gets recorded, and everything is now associated with your ID. How many people would be comfortable with that? Like, of course, like people would say that this is fascistic, like this is a madhouse. But for some reason, if you do it on the internet, that is to fight pornography, everyone embraces it. And I'm thinking like, okay, so like the idea is to make sure that little Timmy, that 17-year-old, doesn't get to see a titty online. Okay, fair enough, right? But why is it okay for little Timmy to grow up in a fascist state? Like, why is that better? And we actually know what this what this does. Like, we've seen the system in India, we've seen the system in China. We can look at their way of life and we can say, no, that's bad. But unfortunately, people apparently want this. Because when you look at the polling in Britain, it turns out that most people are in favor. And also, most people know that it doesn't work. Like, most people are aware that you can trick the system with a video game character or a prompt injection or like various other ways in order to bypass the authentication. And that's probably what teenagers do anyway, right? But adults actually do show their ID. Why? Because it's very simple, right? You just like open your wallet, you put the ID, blip, and then you're in. And you have to trust a third-party company that you know nothing about. Like all of these age verification companies that seems to have been in place exactly when it was needed. Who runs them? What do they do with the data? Well, apparently they store it, because otherwise the hackers should not be able to get 70,000 accounts information. It's kind of weird, because like those people, if I go on Twitter and I say, you don't look 18 to me, like, can you show me some ID? You're acting like a spurg. And they don't want to show it to me, and it's like, why? Well, because they don't trust me, right? But like, if it's a third company and it's made up and official, everyone trusts it with their data. The worst thing is, though, like here's the biggest problem. If, let's say, your IP gets leaked. I mean, it is what it is, you can change your IP, you can use a VPN. It's not something that most people want, but like, they can avoid it. Let's say your credit card gets leaked. I mean, that's pretty fucking bad, right? But like, again, you can use your phone app, you can lock your banking account, you can go in, you can make another credit card. But if your actual ID gets leaked, like your actual social security number, whatever equivalent that is in your country, how do you get back from that? How do you ever unmake that? Because like, usually what it happens is like it's being placed in a database and it's going to be sold on the dark web. And then everyone can have access to it. And with your ID, they can probably try to call your bank and do online banking, or they can use various systems in order to answer secret questions and shit and try to break into your stuff. How do you come back from that? And who's responsible for it? Like, why isn't Keir Starmer being able to get sued by these people? Like, in a normal and just society, every single person that has their ID stolen this way should be able to sue Keir Starmer personally. Not the British government, no, like Keir Starmer himself. And if that was possible, like, then you'd see politicians being a little bit more responsible with our privacy. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.